Okay, so now we get into what is Beautycounter. And if you're here on this page, you're probably at least marginally interested, like I was. I stumbled across Beautycounter on a complete accident. I walked into a hair salon to get my hair cut 6 years ago, and I found a business card and a little pamphlet of information about Beautycounter, and I was really struck by what they were saying about their mission, because like I told you earlier, I was already beginning to make safer choices, and I was just looking at the ingredients on what was on my skincare, my makeup, my body lotion, my shampoo. And so when I saw their mission, I was really intrigued. So I picked up the phone and I called this random person who I had no clue who she was. And I just said, I am in your stylist salon and I found your business card and I'm kind of interested in learning more. Do you have any products for me to try? So she dropped some things off at my house, and after 6 days, so these products came into my home, and literally 6 days later, I did something I said I would never do, which was sign up to be a consultant with a company where I was doing direct selling. Now, for me personally, my objections were, at this point I had been approached by plenty of people and I had said no plenty of times to other companies, even though they were probably good companies. I just was like, no thanks, that is not for me. Because number one, I am not good at selling. Number two, I absolutely hate being recruited to things. And number three, I was pregnant with my 4th child and I did not feel like I had the bandwidth to take on anything else in my life. So those coming into it, was like, I would never ever do something like this. And then I actually tried the products for myself. And after having gone through going to all the more natural, safe grocery stores and hitting up all their aisles for skincare and makeup and lotion and toothpaste and all this stuff, I had tried so many things that when I put Beautycounter in my bathroom and I began working that into my routine, I immediately started to see a difference in the way that my skin felt. And I was so impressed that I remember talking to my husband and I said, I'm gonna do this. Why would I not do this? These are so good and they are safer, and I love the mission behind what this company is doing. So why would I not? I'm going to be telling my friends and family about this. So how did we get started? Well, Beautycounter as a company began back in 2013. So we just celebrated our 7th anniversary, which is pretty cool. And basically Greg Renfrew, she's our CEO and founder, she watched a documentary that led her to pay attention to the potential toxic chemicals that were in her home without her even really knowing it. So she started changing over and cleaning up things like the spray that she was using to clean her kitchen countertops, her laundry detergent, the candles that she was burning, the bubble bath she was using for her kids, the pots and pans she was using to cook with. Well, when she came to the personal care industry, she really was not impressed with what she saw. As she dug deeper, she began to learn that this industry is almost entirely unregulated. So what does that mean for just normal people like me and you? Something like this. So let's say that there is an E. coli outbreak and we find out that spinach has been contaminated with E. coli. Well, what does the FDA do? You and I know what they do. They pull the product off the shelf. If a similar thing happened and a personal care, like your foundation or your shampoo, was found to be contaminated with a chemical ingredient in such concentrations that it was definitely causing human health issues, the FDA would not have the ability to recall that product. They couldn't pull it off the shelf. And Greg wanted to change that. Our mission at Beautycounter, and this honestly, guys, this is not just a sales pitch. This is something that I get really excited about because we are trying to get safer products into the hands of everyone. Now that sounds like this super lofty goal, and how could you possibly do that? And when I was starting out, I had so many people say, I could never buy that, it's way too expensive. And 6 years ago, I was right there. I was the same way. I couldn't spend $45 on a foundation. I couldn't spend $35 on a face cleanser or $60 on a serum for my face. I couldn't do that. But what I could do was leverage my voice to help make this industry safer for everybody. And so how do we do that if we're only selling like, higher end products that are not going to hit every price point? How do we do that? We do that because we advocate for change. We have an entire team who focuses on lobbying on Capitol Hill, talking to representatives, talking to senators, working even with governors. We worked with the governor of Hawaii to get a ban on oxybenzone, which is an ingredient commonly found in sunscreens that is known to kill and bleach coral reefs. At BeautyCounter, we get to work with people like that to effect change across the industry so that eventually all of the safety standards come up, so that yes, when you walk into Target or you walk into Walgreens, you actually can get a product that has been thought through in a way to be safer and more health protective for you. So that's one of the things that I love about BeautyCounter is every event that I do, every time I share our mission, I always say to people, it's okay if you never shop BeautyCounter. It's okay. It's okay if you never shop with me, because this is about so much more than that. This mission, this better beauty movement is about putting information into the consumer's hands so that when you go to the store or you go to my website, you know things that enable you to make safer choices, because we can't control, like right now, I'm standing outside at a pond near my house. I can't control what's in the air that I'm breathing in, right? There are cars flying by me. I'm getting the exhaust from those things. I can't control that, but I can control what comes into my home. I do have a choice to make there. And so it is because of that that I said a yes that I never thought I would say, and that was to be standing here as somebody who represents a company who sells safer skincare and makeup. Guys, I didn't know anything about skincare. I didn't know anything. Like, I am literally just a normal person. I have 5 kids who are back here playing and building a raft with their dad while I'm recording this. I don't have all of this training. I really don't. I just wanted to make a difference. And I would love to invite you to do the same. It's really amazing what our voices together can accomplish. And at BeautyCounter, we genuinely believe that we are better together. And that's how we're going to see an industry change.